Greetings DCS community, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're in the F-16C Viper, and we're going to look into some multiplayer action and also how to get started in multiplayer if you're new to this. So let's get started. Alright, well let's look into getting into multiplayer, and especially if you're new to multiplayer, I think this will be very useful to you. Now, a little background on this. Generally, for me personally, I never really cared for or played much in the way of online gaming, especially first-person shooters. I found out that I just generally don't like those. One, I suck at them, and two, it just really wasn't fun for me, and that kind of carried through to DCS when I got started in this. I tended to focus on single play almost entirely. My first foray into multiplayer, I thought I was doing pretty good with the Hornet, so I joined in on a popular dogfighting server, and well, the results here on screen tend to speak for themselves. I was humbled really quick, and I've kind of stayed away from multiplayer for a while longer. Now, in the past year or so, I have ventured into multiplayer a lot more often, and I gotta say it's truly enjoyable once you get the hang of things, and especially in the right kind of environment, I should say. For me, player versus player type scenarios just didn't appeal to me, and then again, that kind of stems from my first-person shooter gaming experience. I just didn't care for it. A good friend of mine, Cobra, who's been in some of the videos and is also deputy commander of the 62nd Virtual Fighter Squadron, introduced me to what's called Through the Inferno, and it's a player versus environment. So it's you versus AI targets, and pretty amazing. Inferno's got a little bit of something for everyone. So it's a great way to get started in that is through the Inferno. There's also a handful of other servers that feature more training or more of an easygoing pace, especially if you're learning an aircraft and want to get into doing things with other people. I gotta say, the teamwork aspect of this is truly fun, and certain aircraft, it really comes to life, especially, let's say, the F-14 Tomcat. Put two humans in it, and it's just a lot of fun. Before we get too far off topic, let's look into how to get into multiplayer. So we go ahead and click on multiplayer, and in the top right corner, if you haven't already set a call sign or whatever you want your name to be displayed as in that particular server, go ahead and click this little icon here and type in something new. So we get a whole pile of servers that have populated the list. These are all the servers available in open beta, the branch that I'm on. So to help refine this and look for what we're looking for, we'll go ahead and type in Inferno, and it'll filter out whatever you're looking for. Now, if you want to find these real quick later, you can tag these as a favorite using this column over here, and just click and star that as a favorite. And then next time you load the list, you just check this checkbox for favorites only, and only those servers, if they're available, will show up in your list. So we're going to go for Marianas. So let's go ahead and join in. All right, so here we are in the, we just loaded into the server, and we get presented with this screen. So that way we can pick whatever slot that we want to fly based on what is available. So today I'm going to pick an F-16C Viper. So let's pick this one, and we start at Anderson Air Force Base. All right, so we're loaded into the jet, and I'm going to go ahead and get her started up. Now, while I'm doing this cold start, let me talk about SRS, or also known as Simple Radio Standalone. So what that does is, it is a program that runs outside of DCS, but it does interface with DCS. And what it does is turns your radios into actual radios as far as the simulation is concerned. So, for example, right here in the F-16, up on my ICP, I have COM1 and COM2. COM1 is my UHF, COM2 is my VHF. With SRS, I could set all my frequencies, and then I can have two radios functioning as far as voice communications goes and talk with other players.
That is a really cool capability, and it's a really awesome function as far as multiplayer is concerned. A lot of servers run it, and like I said, it runs really well, and it makes it sound and feel like a real radio in a real jet. Now, with that, I do understand that there is some apprehension when it comes to talking on radios, especially if you've never really done it before. I did see this a lot when I was in military service, when I was on ships. There were especially new bridge crew and watchstanders got a sort of stage fright, if you will, as far as talking on the radio the first few times. And there are some people that just never enjoyed it because they never wanted to sound like an idiot on the radio. And I don't blame people for that. It's just one of those things. But within DCS and simple radio standalone, SRS is an amazing thing to mess with, and I enjoy it tremendously. And it works with all player flyable aircraft, including the Flaming Cliffs 3 or FC3 aircraft as well. It's really well written and executed, and it runs fantastically. And as far as online multiplayer, it's a whole nother level of dimension for interoperability. I love it.
Alright, now right here in the briefing we have a list of frequencies for Inferno, and that's server specific. And what we have, let's see, right here. Player CTAF, Controlled Traffic Advisory Frequency.
And it's traffic, Fred flight taking off 6 right, departing to the north.
Perfect timing. You hear someone on 251 calling out his position and what he's about to do.
And it's traffic, Fred flight's clear 6 right, departing north, switching to air tactical.
Alright, we are ready to taxi. So let's go ahead and make our first radio call.
Anderson traffic, Baron 6-2, taxiing to runway 06 right for takeoff, northbound departure, Anderson traffic.
Yeah, alright, here's the hold short line, so we're just going to stop here and finish setting up the aircraft. Look at the runway, there's somebody occupying the runway right now. Look at the approach end, nobody is on approach. Alright, so let's get the probe heat turned on, strobe lights on, navigation lights to steady, IFF to normal. I'll get into that subject in another video on how to run IFF, which is very important. Looking good, looking good. Arm the seat, landing lights on, and since we have external tanks, category 3 on the takeoff. Anderson traffic, Baron 6-2, taking runway 06 right for takeoff. Anderson traffic. Gears up.
1-1, request takeoff.
Anderson traffic, Baron 6-2, clear the airfield. Happy hunting, Baron 6-2, out. And now we shift over to tactical. Alright, looking up here to air, it's an AWACS early warning radar system. It's a nice little readout. You can turn this on or off to your liking, or you can go with the AWACS callouts if you prefer. I like having this on. It's just a nice little quick reference. So we got a pair of Su-24s at 028. So let's go ahead and turn hot on them. And let's also climb up to altitude. Now, looking at our HSD, looks like we have some friendlies in the area ahead of us. Some of these may be players, some of these may be like AWACS or the tanker, so never too sure, but it's always good to be able to reference your situational pages to figure out who's what, where your friendlies are, where your hostiles are. So, and there's our hostiles. Let's see, number 09 here may be turning to intercept, don't know yet, but we're going to keep an eye on this and go from there. Alright, master arm on, air to air, set that to my head, and aim 120. Mode 4 scan, that's hostile, designate. Baron 6-2 engaging SU-24. Alright, let's go burner, let's go after this guy.
Fred Fox 3.
Baron 6-2, Fox 3. Looks like he might have turned out. Oh, nope, coming back in. Yeah. 8 seconds till active. You do want to pay attention to your situation pages. Your SA page in the Hornet, your HSD here in the Viper. We can see where the AWACS has tagged hostiles on these pages, and you can see friendlies marked off in green and hostiles. And if we look closely, we can see we have a merge happening right now with. Oh, looks like our friendly just went down. All right. Well. Got 2 others we can go chase after. Alright, let's go after it.
31's 30 West, Texaco 2-1, switching tanker.
We got a friendly in the area, so I'm not going to fire a missile just yet until I know either he's down or he's clear.
Uzi 1-1, request takeoff.
Baron 6-2 engaging SU-33. Oh, he's down. Oh, this one's going to be close. I'm going to have F4s followed by MiG-29, so I may have to fire off some missiles and get the heck out of there. Single ship, I definitely don't want to be tangling up against 4 bandits. I'll show you guys what a mode 4 scan looks like. So TMS right short will scan all in the radar volume. And you can see down here where it'll show an active scan going on. If there's any returns for mode 4 scan, they show up as green circles. I'm not showing any green circles. These guys are very likely hostile targets. Let's go burner and go after him. Baron 6-2 engaging F4s. Fox 3. Send one a little early, let them give something to worry about. Missile go pitbull here in about 4 seconds. 10 seconds impact. Baron 6-2, splash 1.
Good kill, good kill.
Baron 6-2, Fox 3. Got one left. Baron 6-2, splat. Baron 6-2, splash 2. Doing okay on gas. Let's see if we can engage these MiGs. Baron 6-2 engaging MiG-29s, Fox 3.
Counter. Chat. Flare. Counter.
1-1. For takeoff.
You got 12 seconds before this thing goes active.
Chat. Flare. Chat. Flare.
Good kill, good kill.
Baron 6-2, splash 1.
Counter.
Now, here's a common mistake that I make, and I'm sure a lot of other people make this as well, in that I get so focused on my radar trying to find the second guy that I'm using an A9X, and it's slaved to my helmet, and I should be looking outside to try to get a lock and get a shot off, and then instantly go defensive so I don't get shot down. But as you're about to see, things tend to happen otherwise.
Well, you win some, you lose some. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I hope you enjoyed this introduction into doing some multiplayer ops, especially if you're new to this. I got introduced to this, like I said, by Cobra, a good friend of mine, and I have enjoyed this server tremendously ever since. So, with that, thank you guys very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.